Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. For those of you guys that don't know or haven't seen it, I did a video last fall on the little Bersa Thunder CC, and we just couldn't get the gun to run. It just gave us problems, gave us light primer strikes was the biggest issue. Couldn't even get through a magazine. Might have got through one magazine, but it was just it was a very bad problem. And I've got some of the same ammo that we were using in that video. I saved everything. And I've got the same ammo here today. We sent the gun to one of Bersa's recommended repair centers. We sent it to one of them down in Texas just because. Just picked one and sent it to them. And we've got the gun back. And I've been a little slow getting this video out, and I'll kind of explain some of that later. But here we are with it today. First thing we want to do is show how the gun works now with the exact same ammo that we used before. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Start out with some of this Fiocchi. This is 90 grain. Yeah, 90 grain. Jacketed hollow points. So let's load it up. Now the point here, we're not testing anything other, we're not testing accuracy, anything other than function. We just want the gun to function at this point. Let's see here. All right, we got the magazine of that. Let's try one more. And I'll speed these, I've only got the one magazine down here today, so I'll speed these reloads up a little bit so that you guys don't have to suffer through too much here. Went for the headshot on that little target there at the end and missed. But anyway, 2 magazines of the Fiocchi. It would not get through one magazine of this before without at least having one light primer strike. And the gun would fire it. You know, this gun has that second strike capability. It would fire it the second time. It's just like it wouldn't hitting the firing pin wouldn't striking the primer hard enough to set those off. So there's the Fiocchi. Let's go with the Aguila. One magazine. Let's try one more of the Aguila. And this stuff is 95 grain full metal jacket, if you're wondering. All right, 2 magazines of the Aguila. There's no way we would have got through that before we sent the gun in. Just wasn't going to happen. And people got mad at me. I got a lot of negative comments in that video for showing a gun that didn't work properly. But I wanted to show this gun as it came from Bersa to the customer. My customer was one of my good friends, still is one of my good friends, and the gun just wasn't working for him. And I couldn't get it to work either. So I wanted to show that, but I did get some backlash for that. I think some people have their ego's in the wrong place. I had one guy, I guess it was the guy, I don't know, one person threatened to shoot me with his Bersa Thunder CC if he ever caught me out, just to prove how good they worked. That's how mad people were when I just showed a video of a gun not working properly. Go figure. I do not understand that mindset at all. Now we got the Remington. This is 95 grain FMJ. Pretty slick. Load it back up. I'm trying to shoot 2 magazines each of this. Now I've shot a lot more than what I'm just shooting here on this video. I just want to show you guys how this gun's working now. Second magazine of the Remington. No problems. Eats it right up. And of course, that was another one we had problems with. We had problems with all of this. The only one that I hadn't shot in that first video was the Hornady Critical Defense, and we'll shoot some of those here in a minute. But the rest of this stuff, it would not run before. Absolutely would not. This is some Freedom Munitions, remanufactured ammos. All the head stamps are different on these. It's just reloads from a manufacturing facility. Let's roll with it. So, one magazine. This is the second magazine, and these are, does it say on here, 100 grain round nose, or RNFP FMJ. A lot of acronyms there. Round nose, flat point, full metal jacket. Second magazine. Let's see. Let's start out over here. Really smooth shooting little gun. So, the gun shoots everything that it wouldn't shoot before. The only thing I didn't try before was these Hornady. I didn't have these at the time. These are 90 grain FTX. So we'll load up a magazine of these and just see how it shoots with a high quality self-defense minded ammunition here. Try that headshot one more time. Got him. All right, so I think I've proved my point here. The gun didn't work before we sent it in. You can watch that video for yourself if you don't believe me. If you think it's the way I was holding it, or if I had done something to it. You know, people told me in that video that the recoil spring was on backwards and that I wasn't using Bersa magazines. It was all baloney, guys. I was. Recoil spring was not on backwards. I may be guilty of holding it wrong. You know, I'm not going to say my grip's perfect by any means, but I'm not doing anything any different now than I was then. So that'll be the first part of this video. Let me get this mess cleaned up and we'll get into the interesting part, because I want to tell you guys what they did to this gun. All right, guys, just for reference, this is the one that we sent it to. This is a list of approved gunsmiths or repair centers for Bersa. We sent it to John's Guns, etc. in Lott, Texas. So that's the one we chose just because, hey, you know, it's Texas. But anyway, so what did they do to the gun? Obviously, something changed. I haven't had one, and I've shot this gun a lot more than what I've shot it just now on video. I haven't had one misfeed, not one light primer strike like it was doing before, nothing. It's like a whole different gun. It's the same gun, but it's like a whole different gun. So what did they do? Well, here's where things get tricky. I don't really understand this, but the guy down there says he didn't do anything to it. He said the gun was fine when he got it. The guy that we shipped it to, the gunsmith, repair center, whatever you want to call it, that we shipped it to, said the gun was fine, there was no problem. Now, my buddy did talk to the gunsmith that worked on the gun. When he sent it back, my buddy called him up and talked to him on the phone, and he basically said that it wasn't the gun's problem, it was the ammo we were using. It had hard primers. We needed to find ammo with better primers. Now, face value, that sounds pretty good, but when you look, we tried every ammo that we could find around in our area locally here. None of them worked. And now looking back, the gun works with ammo that it wouldn't work with then. So something has changed. Grip coming loose there. I need to tighten that screw up. But that's neither here nor there. The gun is it's very reliable now. Anything I put in it, it'll eat it. I'm sorry if I didn't choose one of your guys' favorite ammos there. I used the same ammo that I used last time for this demonstration, but I've shot other stuff in it as well, and it just gobbles everything up. So that's one reason I put off making this video. I don't really know what to say about that. Kind of befuddled. So that's the story. That's exactly how it happened. And you guys can come to your own conclusions on that, because I don't know. It's one of the weirder things that's ever happened to me. As much as I fool with guns, and it's been a lot, you know, pretty much my entire adult life. And I've been shooting since I was a kid. And this is kind of one of those anomalies that pops up every now and then. I can't explain it. So there it is. You guys make your own conclusions, and I'll talk with you guys again soon.